You have a piece of legislation that you are working on. It's related to increasing penalties for certain hit-and-run accidents. But let's talk a little bit about the catalyst for this legislation. It stems from a very terrible situation in your own district.
Yes, it was. A young girl, 14-year-old, was riding her bicycle on August 9th down Route 88 in the borough of Point Pleasant, which is a dangerous road by itself. But unfortunately, she was hit by a vehicle, actually on the hood of the car for several feet, several hundred feet, until she was thrown from the car back into the roadway. At that point, the person that was involved in the accident, the suspect, fled the scene of the accident, covered her car, we discover, with a tarp, and turned herself in the next day with an attorney. Right now, the penalty for leaving the scene of accident is not mandatory. It has exceptions to it. It's 3 to 5 years in prison. Our legislation that we're proposing is to make the 3 years mandatory and remove the exceptions. Honestly, there's only 1 or 2 reasons that you would be leaving the scene, and none of them would be actually very good.
And with your piece of legislation, though, would this apply in all cases of leaving the scene of an accident, or only in cases where there are bodily injuries?
It's only in the cases where there's serious injury. Clearly, there could be misconstrued. There could be incidents that you're unaware that you actually hit someone or hit something. So it's really focused on the incident that was so horrific of this young girl, 14 years of age, freshman in high school, sports, everything going on in her life, has a long, long road of recovery. Several operations will be required for her. Migraines, the brain trauma is not yet totally discovered at this point and in recovery. So that's really the catalyst of this legislation, and primarily because that if someone is that injured, why would you not stop? Why would not, just common sense. As a father, I can tell you, any one of my children left on the side of the road by someone that he just got hit by a car, there's no excuse for that.
And we just have a short time left, but as we mentioned, this is legislation that you are currently drafting at this point, and then we'll work to move forward.
That's correct.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
We've been talking with New Jersey State Assemblyman Edward Thompson. I'm Jill Horner.